The entire journey that you've had, I think it's really inspiring for a lot of people, the way you battle cancer. And I read one of the interviews and you've said that it still is there and you still have to battle it out. And it was a very rare form of
it's a blood cancer.
Myeloma, I believe.
Yeah.
How do you just look at it? Because to have this sort of positive attitude, I think it's very, very rare.
I don't think it's rare necessarily, and and it's very hard to say unless the individual, you yourself, are in the situation. We don't understand what resources we have as human beings inside until, like they say, you don't know how strong the tea is until you put it in hot water, right? And so, I really don't see myself as extraordinary at all. It's just that I am living with something, and yeah, I do like to remind people I'm living with it. What I have is actually technically incurable, though I don't wake up every day and say, "Arey, I have an incurable." I don't at all, because I've never been that kind of person, So I'm on, for instance, steroids and various other medication I have to take for the rest of my life, and yet I'm still sitting here, dolled up, and promoting this film, and going out and doing films, and and having wonderful experiences with my life. And if anything, cancer has helped me to appreciate my life even more and take myself less seriously. And so yeah, of course I have problems, but who doesn't have problems? We all have problems. So I think my central message is that life doesn't have to stop. There's a big fear factor in India around cancer. People, we say cancer and people hear death, and that's not necessarily the case. So we need a lot of awareness. And I realize that what I can actively do all the time is just talk about it. Bring it out into the open, because there's a strange kind of code of silence around cancer. I meet many patients. I meet people across the country all the day, and doctors as well. And I hear so many strange stories about people who keep it a secret from their own family, or the family themselves knows that say the mother is diagnosed and says, "Don't tell her." This is not the way forward. This is not the way to treat something that is actually at a crisis level in India. Absolutely. It's something we need to keep talking about. So all I can do is keep saying, "Look, I'm living with cancer. It's not been the end of my life. If anything, it's been the launch pad into an even richer life." And to be honest, we don't know, any of us, when we're going to go, how we're going to go.
Absolutely.
So it's okay. At least I now have the opportunity to say, balls, I'm not going to be afraid of anything, because I have faced one of the possibly worst things that you can face. After that, everything feels very easy, and like I said, it's not such a big deal.
That's wonderful. But in fact, recently it was discovered. There was a news report that the number of oncologists in India is very, very less compared to.
It's very small. It's shocking. Trained oncologists is just a handful. We're not pumping out. The government needs to get involved, of course. But privately, what can we do? We can only do what's in our own hands. And what we have to do is rethink how we treat also cancer patients. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We have to take our cues from the patient, and not also treat them like they're about to die either. That doesn't help matters either.
Absolutely.
So we need an entire focused awareness campaign, and at the very least, what we need to do is talk about it openly and offer hope, because healing doesn't just happen on a body level. On a physical level.
Absolutely.
There's a mental, there's a psychological component, whether it's prayer or meditation or positivity or humor. All of these things help us heal. And this is now being proved by science in the medical field. So as I said, the more that you create this cast a dark shadow on people who are dealing with serious disease, and maybe not just cancer, it doesn't serve them. It doesn't help them heal.
Absolutely. Do you still go for your PET tests?
I go for a blood test once a month, once every month.
No, I think PET is the full body test, right?
No, in my cancer, I need to take a blood test because there's a marker in my blood. There's a protein in my blood. And then once a year, I go for like an all-over body scan, and I do like an all-over physical and things like that, which is something I didn't do for a long time. That was another thing. Preventative, getting yourself checked. Come on, so many people say, "No, but I'm scared. Suppose they find something." And I can't even, I want to slap people like that. Really, you have the opportunity to intervene and do something. The way I explain it is I say, I have become the CEO of my health.
Wow.
I make it my business. We are responsible. And in today's world, there's no more excuses. There is so much access to information. There's no more excuses to just put your head in the sand and ignore, And we have so many tools at our disposal. And it's not about just the money either. It's not about access to money, it's access to information.
Absolutely.
So it's empowering people to ask the right questions and to feel and to embolden their spirit that they know that they can fight.